Que pasa, amigos? My name is Ash, and today I want to talk about an extremely hot topic at the current moment. This ferocious debate has been all over Twitter recently as the next-gen console war has been heating up. With the advent of console designs, new game reveals, hardware specs, and future plans, the console debates are in full swing. With the Xbox One getting absolutely smoked by the PlayStation in sales over the past 7 years, Microsoft has been scrambling to find ways to make up that lost ground, and the players who have entrenched themselves on the side of the PlayStation have let the Xbox and its fans know they suck. But if we're being completely honest, Xbox has maneuvered relatively well considering the situation, and despite the internet's biased perception of both mainstream platforms, especially given the way Microsoft and the Xbox have positioned themselves to succeed in this upcoming generation. They have really given themselves a fighting chance, but we're starting to see that a fanboy mentality will outlive and outlast the facts of any given situation. The context surrounding the entire climate has shown the gaming world that all the industry really cares about is a couple of exclusive single-player games. The PlayStation fans like to tout that Sony pumps out massive hit after hit, when in reality I probably had more playtime out of Halo 5 than the average player had out of God of War, Last of Us, and Uncharted combined. And while I think any sane person will agree PlayStation has released the best exclusive games, to say it then automatically becomes the superior platform is a bit shallow and uninformed. Sony has certainly developed a far better crop of first-party titles. However, I'd argue that none of those titles have been an earth-shattering game that players spend hundreds of hours on. With that being said, I believe Spider-Man is probably a title that could possibly check off that exact box. However, is this really enough to generate intense fanboy reactions? Is the PlayStation really that far above and beyond the quality of the Xbox? The obvious and unbiased answer is not really. If we look at the entirety of this current generation, PlayStation blew the Xbox away by releasing quality exclusive titles in a larger quantity. However, the Xbox is far more powerful while carrying with it a better all-in-one entertainment interface and platform, while also producing its own crop of exclusive titles. But with that being said, I think it's more than safe to assume and proclaim Sony and the PlayStation the winner of this generation. But now we look to the future, and while many are already proclaiming the PS5 the far and away winner, let's take a look at the facts of the next-gen situation, starting with the ever-important exclusive titles. Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer, being that the Xbox first-party reveals will be dropped in July, so the picture isn't quite complete, as well as the possibility of even more PlayStation games coming in the near future. But with that, let's jump into the exclusives. On the side of Sony, the Uncharted series is all but dead, with the final installment coming in 2016, the Last of Us series finding some vicious backlash in the recent days, not to mention the absolute fraud that has been the Spider-Man Miles Morales reveal. Although we will certainly see a new Spider-Man game in the future, I'm sure it won't drop for 3 or 4 more years, and that may be optimistic, meaning a handful of titles that carried the PS4 through this generation are all but over or nearly half a decade away. However, we can assume a new God of War is on the way in the next 2 or 3 years, with the addition of the brand new Horizon Forbidden West dropping in 2021. And this is not even to mention titles like Ratchet & Clank and the recently leaked Crash Bandicoot game, but with each title of that caliber, Xbox is able to counter each with titles such as Bright Memory Infinite and Scorn. With the first-party Xbox exclusive event on the horizon, with powerful titles like Halo in their back pocket, the exclusive title race is closer than ever. If Xbox manages to release 2 or 3 more blockbusters, it will certainly be on the PlayStation's level. And while the PlayStation lineup is solid, with the event having many, including myself, salivating for more, the downside was that the days following the event revealed a series of disappointments, including the bait and switch that was the Spider-Man reveal, the size of the console, which honestly isn't something I care about, but PS5 fans have memed the Xbox for a while about its size, so karma bites back, as well as the bombshell that was the revelation that many PS5 launch titles will essentially run as well as a game on the Xbox One X, with many of the exclusive games running at 30 frames per second, which brings us to the raw power of each console, and frankly speaking, the Xbox Series X is just outright stronger. Featuring a better CPU, GPU, as well as higher memory and storage numbers, the Xbox will yet again be the stronger and more compact system. So I guess we can count on all the PC Master Race players to take the side of the Xbox come this fall, right? right? Well, probably not. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I believe the final major factor for the next generation revolves around all of these upcoming next-gen games, as well as the current crop of titles we know and love. Starting off with what is being referred to as smart delivery. What this service really is, in a nutshell, is when any player buys a game for their Xbox One, it will automatically allow them to port that game over to the Xbox Series X, meaning you won't have to buy any games twice or leave them behind once you make the switch. However, Sony has said they will not have this feature, leaving it up to the individual developers. So basically, once you purchase a PS5, you may only have the limited pool of launch titles to choose from, leaving the gaming landscape on the PS5 pretty barren for the first year or so. This is a seriously bad look for the PlayStation, however it may get worse for them, as we still have yet to talk about Microsoft's secret weapon. The Xbox Game Pass has been a wildly successful tool for the Xbox, and it seems Sony fans don't even know it exists. The Game Pass has given Xbox players dozens of hit games for free, not to mention a litany of discounts, game trials, and more. This powerhouse will continue into the next generation, as every first-party exclusive game on the Xbox will be free for all Game Pass owners. So essentially, when a blockbuster like Halo Infinite drops, every Game Pass holder will get the game for free the second it releases. But before I dive too deep into the Game Pass, it will be the topic of next week's video, so be sure to check it out next Monday at 3 p.m. sharp. But anyway, at the end of the day, all eyes are on the July Xbox event, where we will get to see a crap ton of new exclusive game reveals, and despite every other fact, this is where the generation will be decided. Despite the bad blood between many immature fanboys, both gaming companies are amazing, and we should be thankful for each, as the competition pushes each side to better themselves each and every year. I loved Sony growing up, owning an original PlayStation, a PS2, as well as a PS3 alongside my 360, although I barely played the PS3. But I just want to be clear, I have no hate for either side, and I truly root for both to succeed. So here is to another great generation of gaming. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Make sure you hit like, click or tap that subscribe button to become the heart of this gaming channel, and be a part of the conversation in the comments below by telling me how you feel about each and every point I made in today's video. And for more gaming analysis, news, reviews, and opinions, stay here on Ash Heart. And as always, thanks for watching.